Hello guys, and welcome back to Minecraft Exploring 1.12, episode number 10. This has gone on for quite some time, actually. I think the longest running series I have is Phasmophobia. And this is catching very quickly up to that, so yeah. I need to harvest the potato farm. Admittedly, I was going to do that before I started this recording session, but I forgot. So, excuse me. Anywho, I set this road right here up off camera, and... Or no, I set it up at the end of last episode, toward the end of last episode. But I set these, I guess, housing housing framework up? I don't know what to call it. Anyways, the bones of the structures here, or the size I plan to have them is there. All it's left to do is build them, and I'm going to copy some of the, basically copy and paste some of the existing village houses over. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to start tearing down some of these, I guess, legacy houses, because there's quite a few of those left. Actually, I might put those cauldrons to use sometime in an automatic lava farm. Having a start on that would be quite nice. The sun's about to go down. So, I might use some stone brick here, because I kind of want to start fusing stone brick in with the village design to make that fit in a little bit more than it does. Actually, I might not do that. Because if you haven't watched the last few episodes, let me do a quick recap for you, although I still recommend watching them to get the full story. Recap is, last episode, literally the only thing I did was this road while commentating. And I plan to move the villager breeder outside the village so we don't get any more iron golems spawning within the walls, because they're annoying, because they're basically a one-shot with my current armor. And they take and do a lot of damage to my bow's durability, so I'm going to move the actual breeder outside. I'm going to probably take that building as my house when I do that. Because that's a little small for a house after a little while, and I'll put it to you this way. We already beat the Ender Dragon, and I'm still living in that. So I think it might be time for me to move. I think it might be time for me to move. I was thinking about what I want to do for my blacksmith's house, but if I just built a blacksmith, I would... Well, essentially, it would just be... Maybe I could fit 2 villagers in. Maybe 3. See, do I even have any cobblestone down here? I genuinely don't know if I have cobblestone in here. I assume I don't. Yeah, I kind of already knew that. So I'm going to pause and grab some cobblestone real fast. I'll meet you guys back up on the surface. Alright, and I've got a good amount of cobblestone. I'm probably not going to use all of that. If I do, actually I'll probably use a good bit of it. I need to go mining sometime off camera. I put a lot of the cobblestone I had, one, into the walls, and 2 into the stone brick walls because those just look really nice. So yeah. So I'm thinking about putting my armor guy and my tool guys in this house. I don't really need tools because this is a pretty stacked pickaxe. But I'm going to get them just in case I should actually need them. I feel bad for the librarians because I've been just putting them in this basic farmer's house. But my mending guy's in here, my fortune guy's in here, and my silk touch guy's in here. If you get the joke, you get the joke. And I hope you get the joke. But yeah, I want to basically be able to, if I lose my gear, I can basically recoup it. And the only thing I'd need is XP, which that's covered. And cool thing about that mob farm is the only thing I need to convert it entirely to a creeper farm is 12 cats and a few stacks of trapdoors. And I could make it a creeper farm. No redstone required. But honestly, if you're going to do that, I recommend just building a separate farm. Because that one can be converted, but seeing as how I don't have a mob spawner. Actually, I do. It's me and Warlord. No, that was just me. But where's it at? Those are blaze spawners, I think. That's a zombie spawner. I think Warlord was caving too, but I found a zombie spawner. So I brought it back with me. And to those of you who have not watched, you're probably very confused right now as to why I have a spawner. Silk Spawners data pack. There's also one in here to Silk Touch Amethyst, but you actually need Silk Touch for that. Actually, I don't even think that one's in. I'll take a rain check on that because I don't think that one's in. Yeah, I'm going to do basically basic house there. To mix things up, though. Mix it up just a little bit. I'm going to throw some dark oak over here. Because I used it on the roof, and I've used the stripped logs there. But kind of tie this together, or try to. At least a little bit. These kind of walls, I guess. Spruce with this dark oak, ironically, would be nice, but I wouldn't be using the dark oak if I had spruce. Huh. I think I'm going to put my blacksmith guys in here, because I don't need too many toolsmiths. Excuse me. Oh, shit. Almost set my tablet flying. I don't need too many toolsmiths. 2 or 3. So 3. 1 weaponsmith, 1 armorer. Maybe 2 armorers, but I can cram their blocks back over in here in the corners. It'll work out. Actually, if I wanted to be on the safe side, I could put them in here. Now, I'll put them in there because I only don't really need that many of them. And I'll probably put a few librarians in here on that one. But this one's mostly done. I just need to plop a torch in here so it's safe for now. And do I have glass panes? That's not a promising number. Yeah, I'm gonna get this one. Oh, well. Yeah. That saved me. Maybe I just do an entirely dark oak wood roof, since I have done a lot of the bordered cobblestone. Maybe mix it up a little bit of variation. Maybe get some actual spruce in here and swap 2 or 3 of these roofs out for spruce. This dark oak will get old after a little while. I don't know, who knows? Netherrack's kind of nice to have. It makes a nice... Not what I want to do. Yeah, there we go. Makes a nice temporary scaffolding that breaks really easy. Even if you have a low fortune enchant, I still recommend it. And this one, I think I might just put birch wood up here, if I have any left. Because I don't really... Oh, good. He's still in there. I looked over and I thought the nitwit escaped. Which, honestly, I'm surprised he's still alive. He survived the first... Let's see, it's day 147. I didn't expand the wall to include him until... Oh god, I actually have to go back and look. No, I can't because I don't think I showed the day counter on camera too much early on. What day are we on again? $200 days is coming up soon then, huh? And I really need to move this. I don't want to because I don't know if I can break the cake. Actually, hang on real quick. I just gotta know. Alright, so I'm back. I got 3 buckets of milk. 3 wheat. And... I think it's 2 sugar, 1 egg. Which I guess I could get an egg collector set up. This will be a waste of a cake if this don't work. Oh, it works. Okay. So this can be the 200-day cake. I need to get an actual place or a treasure room set up for that. That's actually why I've been collecting diamonds, was so I could put diamond blocks under it instead of emeralds. Actually, yeah, that can stay emeralds. Then 200 days can be gold, and then 300 days can be diamond if the world makes it that long. So imagine it will. I do a lot of off camera. I do a lot of AFKing. But I've just noticed I'm out of birch, so... Yeah, let's get that sorted, shall we? This is a little random, but cave cow. Alright, so I got the birch I need. Which isn't much, admittedly, because... Really only going to use it up here. Actually, I could have used stripped birch. Probably would have looked better. I'll try that on the next... I'll try it on that house down there and see how that looks. But yeah. I'm gonna get this one finished up real quick. It's done. It's done. It's a little on the basic side, but it's pretty good for the purpose it's going to serve. So I'm just going to go through and get the steps to the houses finished. And done. It's a little basic. Oh, give me that back, please. It's a little basic, but it doesn't need to be much. I guess next one to tackle is that one, then this one. So I'm gonna go back to oak logs. Which is gonna be a problem because I think I'm about out of oak. I need to go check my chest. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, I thought. Alright, so I'm gonna go solve that problem real fast. Alright, oak wood problem solved. How much did I actually get? That's quite a nice amount. As for the villagers going in this house, I don't have a clue. Unless I put librarians that have armor enchantments in here, which would make sense to have all of them in one house. Or one place, rather. Get a torch up on both sides. And get windows in. And this one's basically done aside from the roof, which I might just do a basic oak roof on this one. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. Cobblestone, then basic oak roof. I imagine that'll fit quite well with the village theming, so I'm gonna need more than that. Actually, a thought just came to mind. I've never actually tried a birch roof before. The thought just never occurred to me to try birch on a roof. Excuse me. So I might try that in a creative test world. See how it might look. Now for this, instead of birch planks, actually, how does that look like that? Nah. No, it looks alright. But I know with stripped birch, it should look pretty good. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, stripped birch was the right way to go there. I fell down one block and messed up my block placement. That's always fun. It'd be annoying if you had an unenchanted iron axe. Stone would be even worse, but with enchanted diamond or even unenchanted diamond, it's not so bad when you misplace a block like that. Because it's only like a second and a half to rip it back up. Maybe not even that. So it's not so much of a pain. This house should be fairly easy. I'm just gonna basically copy that design over. And maybe instead of oak, it'll be dark oak on the roof. And I also need to take these to the ground. I learned that if you don't do that, it doesn't look right. It's not normally a problem because most of the time... Let's see... That and that. I'm just going to do little variations so that you can tell it's not a vanilla village house. Whilst it is themed off of one. And then the front's all cobblestone. Yeah, I'll keep it. I'll keep that part vanilla. Well, maybe I'm kind of running out of cobblestone. I'm out of cobblestone, so let's fix that, shall we? So that would be problem solved. Door done. So I guess we need to go up by one. Yeah, up by one. Then we can put the roof on. Try not to mess as many of these up as possible. Was it night? Must be, it's getting awful dark. Yep, it's night. I'm just gonna leave the doors open in here. Why is there a torch on the floor? I don't need to be there. Actually, let's go around and pick up the dark oak stairs on the ground before they despawn, because that I can replace that before I get down from here. I have to remember that though. Excuse me. And then lastly, actually that's fine. It's a waste of a half slab, but that's fine. And boom. House done. Well. Okay, now it's done and it just needs a door, but all three of the ones I've done today still just need doors. And that's not too hard to do that, so yeah, that should be fine. And there's the terracotta house, which I'm not going to bother with until I actually move it, because nope. Actually, I might build that house that I just built here and do it up differently than I just did, because that's an idea. Like I said, there shouldn't be more than 2 houses here that are basically the same, or the same exact design. They should be similar, but each one of them will be slightly different. Like this one, I'm basically going to build that terracotta house over there, but instead of it just being blocks, it's going to be all cobblestone. Actually, I guess I could do stone brick. Cobblestone or stone brick? I'm gonna go cobblestone. Actually, no. Nah, I'll just go oak. Oof. Something to that effect. Now, this isn't getting too similar to the... No, not even close. Alrighty, I think I need to go up one more. So I'm gonna bust out my trusty netherrack. And climb up. And then this time, instead of being all dark oak, actually I'm about out of dark oak stairs, so I'm gonna go craft some more. Excuse me. So instead of just being all dark oak this time, it'll be dark oak with cobblestone stairs at the bottom. I don't know how I blanked on that for so long. And then a stone slab up top, or cobblestone slab up top. To have a variance. A variance, although slight, it'll be a variance in theme from the normal vanilla houses. Even though if they did update the vanilla houses again, this is probably somewhat similar effect of what they would do. Which I feel like that should be something they come back to later on, once there's been a ton new blocks added. Is to maybe add more variants to the villagers and villages. Because at some point there's going to be a ton of new biomes in the game. Some from real world, some a lot that's probably not, because there's a lot of biomes in this game that you can find in the real world. So at some point they're going to... doesn't look bad. It doesn't look great either. At some point they're going to run out of real biomes to add, so they're going to have to start coming up with their own at some point. May not be soon, but it's going to happen at some point. I'd like to see what biomes they do come up with it eventually. Then there's the obvious end update, which is, we could happen, or it could happen sometime soonish. And then there's the deep dark portal that we don't know anything about, which may actually just be them trolling us. And as time goes on, that one starts to make a lot more sense. Could have also just been a I'm not sure. It could have been just coincidence, which is also likely. Could have been a coincidence that turns into them trolling us, which honestly is would be kind of funny. So honestly, it can go any of those ways, because I could see Mojang doing that. Did I put a door on that one? Yes, I did. Let's get the floors of these finished up, and then I can put villagers in there off camera. I think I have a good amount of emeralds saved up. Now let me check. How many potatoes do I have in the chest? I've got some amount of potatoes in the chest, and wrong one. And a good amount of emeralds too, so. Yeah, it's getting close to where I want to. Actually, I've got enough time I can. Yeah, I'm just going to do this real fast and get this one done. But I want to push the wall over here back by one sometime. And I'll probably end up doing that whenever I... 2, 3, 4. I'll probably end up doing that whenever I go through and place in the stone brick walls. Is probably when I'll push this one back by one. Because I don't really have a good reason to do that until then, so... I might also put an AFK house over here, or use one of those for that. In case I need to AFK over here when growing trees. Actually, I think my actual house is close enough where it's... where I can do that. Excuse me. But yeah, this house is going to be what I was going to do for the other one until I decide to use oak on it. Actually, I guess I need to get a torch in here before I get too far along. And yeah, I took the netherrack down over there. I'm just going to do cobblestone ring around the top. And this one will probably just be an all oak roof. Or oak stairs roof. Because I think I have enough left to do that. I think I might build another duplicate of my house somewhere in the village to have too. But door. And roof time. Yeah, I think these turned out nice today. There's still that bit of path I gotta finish, but I'll probably do that off camera. I'm running out of andesite veins. So I actually need to go find one. I think I may have seen one down there in where I've been mining for stone at. Actually, I've gotten a fair amount of other resources down there other than stone. Like the andesite diorite that I've been using. I really don't want to have to craft another wooden slab, seeing as I'm out of oak again. So I'm gonna go just see if I possibly have one in one of my chests. Yeah. Perfect. And with that done, and the reason instead of doing it like how they do in vanilla and just placing a block at where it would meet up with the top of the stairs, the reason I place a slab up there instead is so I don't have to put a torch up there. Because they can't spawn on stairs and they can't spawn on a half slab. But they can, if you build it vanilla spec, they can spawn on the block that would be flush up at the top. So I always just put a slab up there instead. One, because it saves on materials slightly, especially if you build a few of those. And two, I don't have to worry about mob spawning up there and creating a gap in my defense. So that's that explained. For those who were curious in that building decision. I mean, honestly, it's not really noticeable, except on that one. But yeah. I think this turned out rather nice. So I'm going to end this one here and harvest my potato farm and fill the rest of this path in. So yeah, I've been Confined 268-1, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace out.